Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name's Liz and this is Let's Get Lizical, where we do everything card making. And today we're going to talk about working with clip art. Originally this was going to be about the 2-panel frame, but I decided that I was going to switch up that conversation. But if you do like this frame, links down in the description below, and it's in my Etsy shop, along with 4 other styles of frames in 3 different sizes. So you get 15 frames total, $5. It's a steal. But what we're gonna do today is I'm making a Spider-Man themed card for my nephew's birthday this weekend, and I am not good at drawing Spider-Man. So I went on the internet and I typed in Spider-Man PNG transparent background and scrolled through all the photos. This is the one that I chose, and this is the one I'm working with today. I'll link the description below as well. This was a free PNG available online. Obviously, when it comes to clip art, this is not something you want to print and mass produce cards with unless you have a proper license for it. But again, this is just going to my nephew, so it's not a big deal. I would just make sure to be careful when you're doing your search to look to see if there are any licensings that you need in order to use this image to sell if necessary and whatnot. But I myself wasn't going to spend hours and hours trying to draw a Spider-Man. So I cheated. I cheated today, guys. I'm sorry. But I did draw my own background, so I should get some credit for that. So what I'm doing is I cut out the 2-panel frame in blue, red, and white. I'm going to use the blue frame, and then I'm going to use the red panel at the bottom. You'll see that I put like a spider web pattern on it. I was debating on doing this in Illustrator and then printing it on the red cardstock through my printer, but it's quick and easy enough to do. As you can see, like I taped it to a piece of paper, so just so that I had like a perspective for it. And I just went from the corner of the paper and kind of just drew lines. I didn't make sure they were even or anything. I just like randomly did it, and then I did the little curved lines in between for the connectors. And then I glued the red panel into the bottom of the card. Right now I'm just doing kind of like a silhouette of a cityscape. If you guys have a stencil or stamp that does that, that would be great. I don't, so I'm just going to draw my own. And I'm going to change up these colors in a bit because this gray is too light at the beginning here. So I'm going to use that Cool Gray 4 marker again from the Biennial set to go over the Cool Gray 2 that I used on the big building on the left. And it does darken it up a little bit more than the other buildings. And then I'm going to do it like a lighter layer on top of the other ones just to help smooth them out, because I did do this with alcohol marker, so it's not the smoothest result. But again, like I'm just drawing like a quick background. It's not the focal point of the card, so I wasn't too worried about it. I did think it needed a bit of line work though, so I'm just using the same black, like a Sharpie marker or something that I used to draw the web pattern on the bottom. And I'm now just gonna add window panes just to this front building here. And I'm trying to make sure that this one is even, just so it doesn't look off, because building window panes are all the same size. And then we're gonna glue that one into the top area before I put my Spider-Man down. Again, like keep it simple. No one's focusing on the background. The focus is on Spider-Man. And I'm going to prop Spider-Man up on some foam tape. This foam tape's from Michael's. It comes in like a huge roll. It's kind of like the Scotch tape or the Big Mama foam tape. Like it comes in a giant roll for like 36 Canadian dollars, I think, which is cheaper than ordering it from the US, which is what I used to do. The Big Mama foam tape from Simon is actually great because it's thinner than this, but it is pretty expensive with the exchange rate and shipping and everything, so I have switched over to this and dealt with the extra depth. And the end of the web at the top left of the card, I just decided to just glue down flat. It was going to be too much hassle for me to cut them that small. I did print this out on my Epson EcoTank and used my brother's scan and cut to cut the image out, which was great. Didn't have to worry about fussy cutting, especially around that web, because it would have been a nightmare. But now I'm using the Simon Says Stamp Birthday Basics from CZ Design, and I stamped happy birthday on my white Hammermill cardstock, and I used Blue Jay ink from Lawn Fawn for that because it was the closest match that I had to the blue that I used for the frame. And then I kind of separated them a bit. I cut it a little too close to the Y, but that's okay. They're not going to notice. Then I realized that the frame wasn't like 100% glued on straight. It was kind of like a little bowed out in this area. So I used my picker tool to kind of like peel it up a little bit and straighten it out with glue and then press it down with the bone folder just so it sat closer to those inserts that I put in. And it looked better. I had the same issue with the middle strip, but you don't notice it as much because I tried to cover as much as possible with the Spider-Man and the happy birthday sentiment. And I cut this number 4. I have a die set. I think I got it at Walmart. And I don't think they carry very many like stamp and card stuff anymore. But you can use whatever number set you have. But I cut it out of silver foil paper that I had. And then I cut 2 extra layers in white cardstock to put behind it just to give it a little bit of dimension and a little bit of stability because it is more of a paper, less of a cardstock. So it definitely needed at least 1 layer, I would say. But I did 2 just for that little bit of dimension. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. You know the drill. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe because I'd love to have you here. And until next time, thanks. Bye.